you. My name is Ricky, R-I-C-K-Y. Last name is B-U-R-E-M-S.
Good afternoon, Mr. Burems.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you currently employed?
I'm an investigator in the public safety office of a local college.
Mr. Ricky Burems is a local activist.
Oh, is he?
As described by the news, as interviews speaking on
One
the Chauvin
issue,
verdict.
and again, this goes back to Mrs. Cleereman. She's telling the detective that she and her husband had been at a bar, and then when they leave the bar,
Were they at a bar? Did
she
the
almost hits a
cops go to the bar?
bicyclist. And during the investigation, there's an open intoxicant found in the rear of the Cleereman's vehicle. And, you know, as dark as this may sound, I would have given her an intoxilizer test to determine whether or not she was intoxicated or impaired.
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained. I'm striking that.
I mean, come on.
You see the lawyers.
Yeah, you're about to get
Oh,
your ass
man. Yeah.
chewed out. What are you doing? You've brought in a guy to testify about all this stuff, purporting him to be an expert on police investigations. He's supposed to be generally about police investigations. What he's doing now is testifying about what he would have done in this particular police investigation with these particular witnesses, potential witnesses, victims, etc. And it's way outside the scope of what experts are allowed to do. Experts are not fact witnesses because unless they witnessed a fact. This guy didn't witness any of this. He's reviewing reports later to testify as an expert. That's it. It's oh man.
And this whole, again, this is, it's listening to someone who really doesn't know how any of this works. Evangelina Cleereman's not charged with a crime in this trial. She's not charged with DWI.
Yeah, not at all. And well, he's already
He killed
back
them
out.
all. Oh no, here they come.
Yeah,
No further questions for this witness.
very well could
All right,
be.
I had a conversation with the lawyers. There's no evidence in this case that there was an open intoxicant in the vehicle. That can be clarified by defense counsel or the state on cross, but that answer is stricken. Based on the testimony thus far, no one has testified that there was a, quote, open intoxicant. There's been conversations about a can and something that was in the back door, the back seat. Let's move on. That answer is stricken. Next question.
All right, thank you for your testimony.
Again, there's no evidence
Cross.
here. It's all holes.
Did you review all the police reports?
Everything that was available to me, but I can
That
say
wasn't
that
my question.
Hang on. One at a time.
Did you review all the police reports?
all the police reports that were made available to me, I reviewed.
So if I'm understanding this, you are now testifying as to what constitutes a good or bad investigation only on what the defense gave you. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes or no? Yes.
Okay. And in your opinion
Oops.
as to what should or should not have happened, did you ask him for any other reports?
No.
So you were willing to sit here and talk about what you just testified to and base your opinion only on what they cherry picked for you. Is that correct?
No.
Oh, so you didn't ask anything more. You didn't ask if there was maybe a report or something else that maybe they didn't give you. Is that a yes or no? Did you ask for anything else?
No.
Okay. Did you watch the body cams in this video?
One of them.
One body cam.
Yes.
Who chose that body cam?
The defense.
The defense.
The defense did. So if we have a state's exhibit that has body cams from several officers going, to the scene, walking up, talking to video, talking to people at a door and finding out that the Ring camera did not record, you never saw that, did you?
No, I did not.
You only saw one body cam that the defense asked you to take a look at. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Because that's the one they wanted
What
you
are
to
these
talk about,
fucking
right?
idiots doing?
You know what? I'll rephrase that question. You probably can't
How can
speculate
you
as to their
critique the
motives.
investigation when you
I want to
didn't
ask about
review
your motives.
the
Did you
entire
ever ask for any other
investigation?
body cam?
No, I did not.
Did you ever sit there and say, you know what, in order for me to truly determine whether or not these officers in a record-setting homicide year did everything, I want to watch all their body cam. Did you ever do that?
No, I did not.
Okay. You said you saw some of the photos. Did you look at all the scene photos?
I looked at what was made available to me.
So you don't
Yes
even
or
know
no
if it's all
question.
the scene photos, do you?
No, I do not.
Did you listen to the 911 calls?
I listened to one of them.
One
Was
of
it
them.
again do you know there's 3 911 calls?
Yes, I do.
And you chose to listen to one.
Yes.
And he knew
Because
there were
that's the
three.
one they chose for you, right?
Yes.
And they give
Look
you a
at his
911
face.
call, you don't answer any
Look at
other
his
questions,
face
right?
getting wrecked
That is
on
correct.
stand.
Okay.
Well, he's going to end up pregnant.
So I just want to be very clear so that I'm understanding this. All of your opinions that you have just testified to have been based upon solely reports they chose, a body cam they chose, a 911 call that they chose, photos they chose, and not the entire investigation in this case. Am I right?
No, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. So you are basing your decision on the entire investigation without watching all the body cams?
That is correct.
Okay. So you
All
feel
right.
that you can, based on what they cherry pick, still come to a conclusion as to the entire investigation?
Based on the reports, yes.
Okay, yes, based on the reports. For example, 830 West, 830, there was a ring camera. Do you remember that in the report?
I would have to review the reports.
Okay, and if the report doesn't mention this, but the body cam shows that the officers actually went there and found out that it didn't record, you'd be unaware of that, wouldn't you?
May I expound?
No.
No.
You'd be unaware, wouldn't you?
Mr. Hubner,
I apologize. Judge.
answer the question, sir. It's a yes or no question that requires a yes or no answer.
Yes, I would be unaware of that.
Okay. And if you were to watch the body cam, you didn't watch the body cam of Officer Manisha Howard, did you?
It's not
No,
just
I
a
did
hostile
not.
witness, folks.
You
This
didn't
is
see how
cross.
Officer Manisha Howard sat there in Casablanca watching video backwards in an attempt to find all the possible segments of which the defendant is unseen?
No, I did not.
You didn't see how on the body cam she worked with the people at Casablanca who have access to cameras down Brady Street, and she watched to see if she could find anything?
No, I did not.
You didn't watch how after being at Casablanca,
That's how you
she
shred
gets into her
someone
car
like this.
and goes the next block over to see if she can find any video that she could recover?
No, I did not.
Okay. And you didn't know that all of this happened the very next day, did you?
No, I did
Folks,
not.
the
you
defense
see the
had to
report
know this was going to happen
Where
to their
Detective
witness.
Washington talks about receiving the Casablanca video from her and her partner.
No, I did not.
So when you're talking about how there should be reports about the ongoing next couple days where video is being withdrawn, you said you didn't see them. Here's a report you didn't see, right?
Which one are you referring to?
I'm talking about Detective Michael Washington's report, how the very next day after the homicide, 2 officers, or at least one officer, Officer Kraus, went to Casablanca and obtained
Kraus.
video. See that report?
No, I did not.
So when you were testifying that you should have seen reports about people securing video later, is that because nobody showed you that one?
May I expound?
No.
Is it because
No.
one showed you that? They're going to be able to get you to expound on all the stuff that they did later. I want to
No,
concentrate
I
on
didn't.
this.
No, I didn't.
No, it's cross-examination. As you know, you've testified hundreds of times. It's a yes or no answer, yes or no.
Okay, all right.
This guy sat there and berated the entire investigation for
Another thing.
30
We're
minutes.
talking about this is a
If it's not in
homicide
a report, it
investigation
doesn't
at the time.
exist. He
Officers and
testified.
detectives had
Well,
no idea
if you
who
don't
the
read the
suspect
report,
was
how would
at
you
the
know?
time, that night, did they?
No,
And in fact, are you aware of how detectives spent a considerable amount of resources attempting to find the flight path of this defendant?
yes, I am aware of that.
They went to Rat Finks. Did you see that? Finks? Did you see that bar video?
I didn't see the video, but
You
I
saw the
am,
report?
I believe so.
Okay. What about across the street, Bel Air Cantina? Did you see that?
A report regarding that?
Yes.
I would have
Okay.
to look at the report.
And if this were officers and detectives following, going literally store by store, trying to find a possible escape route that this shooter had just taken, that would comply with looking for video, wouldn't it?
Yes or no?
Yeah.
No.
No, it changed in the
No,
last
it
10
would-
minutes.
So you don't believe looking for video where they're attempting to find the flight path of someone who just shot someone in the face is important?
It is important.
Okay, so they did that in this case, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then even a little bit beyond that, on the bike path on UWM, they went and found video there. Do you remember seeing that?
I believe so.
Okay, and then when the individual pops up on Locust Street, they found that video. Do you remember seeing that?
Yes.
Okay, and do you remember seeing how they developed and did a search warrant in an attempt to find this suspect?
Yes.
Okay, so detectives spent a significant amount of time attempting to find somebody who had just shot and killed someone in the street. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And are you aware of the fact, you're talking about interviewing of witnesses. Did you see Rotrell Cameron's 911 call or the body cam of his interview?
I saw the report in regards to his 911 call.
Okay. What about when he speaks to the officer over the phone?
I believe I saw that report too. I would have to look again, but I believe I saw that.
Okay. And sometimes body
Very
cam can provide
convincing.
a little bit more than what's in the report, right?
Absolutely.
For example, Rotrell Cameron told the officer that what he just saw was cold-blooded. That wasn't in the report, but was on the body cam, wasn't it?
I didn't see the body cam.
And you didn't ask to see the body cam
No, I did not.
because you only saw the body cam that they gave you.
Yes.
Okay.
Why you wouldn't give your investigator every single thing from the case is beyond me.
I charge a lot of money for my legal consults, folks.
To be
And
clear,
I do that
as we're
because
going
I
through
look
the
at
reports,
everything.
The officers were told by Ms.
You
Cleereman
have
that
to.
it had happened, this first swerving
Otherwise, this
incident
happens.
had happened a block east or east of Casablanca. Is that correct?
Do you know?
Can I expound?
That's one statement that she gave them, but there's also another one.
She stated to Detective Rodolfo Alvarado that it happened east, one block east of Casablanca. Isn't that correct?
Isn't that
That's
correct?
one statement that she gave them, but there is
Is that a
another
yes or
account.
no?
No.
She did not say that to Detective Rodolfo Alvarado.
Yes, she
Okay.
did.
She did. And because you never watched Officer Howard's body cam or looked at Detective Washington's report, you're not aware of the extensive efforts that the officers spent in trying to find that on that block east of Casablanca, are you?
No, I'm not.
One moment, Judge.
She made some other statement. Okay. You have redirect for that, for one thing, but for two,
I
it
wanna
better
see-
be damn convincing.
And sir,
I want to see Humor
I
do
wanna
some
make
deep
sure I
knee
have
bends
this-
right here.
this correct.
One moment, Your Honor. Got to stretch a
You're
little bit.
testifying as to what you're saying is an incomplete investigation based solely on what,
By definition,
One
his
party
review was incomplete.
without asking for any additional information.
That's correct.
Never wanted to know if there was maybe a report they failed to give you, right?
No.
Never wanted to know if maybe they were holding something back from you that might affect whether or not you thought it was a good investigation?
No.
Never entered your mind?
No.
Not once?
No.
You know that there's tons of body cam. They give you one. Never occurs to you to think, maybe I should watch the rest of it?
No.
Well, he must have been some investigator.
911 calls. Never occurs to you to think, man, maybe just for purposes of being thorough, like I'm accusing other people of not, I should listen to everything.
Yes or no?
Yeah, does it occur?
No. No.
No. Trying to get this glare off my camera. The sun has changed. There we go.
You want to
Oh, yeah,
turn?
thank you.
It's going to tag that guy in.
Oh,
Finally.
that was brutal.
State.
Briefly, you stated your primary source of information in regards to this was the police reports, correct?
Yes.
Because everything should be in them, correct?
Yes.
And you never asked for all of them, correct?
That is correct.
Nothing else, thank you.
All right, the witness can step down.
Punctuated
Thank you.
on that ass like an exclamation point.
All right, I need to send.
Eric Allen says, ha ha ha, the investigation critique expert wasn't doing a thorough investigation. I can't even. If you think a jury doesn't sit there and go, what the fuck did I just have to sit here and listen to this dumbass who didn't even investigate the investigation? I mean, he didn't do the things that he said were critical to an investigation. He didn't do them. So they're sitting there for 20 minutes going, oh, okay, this is maybe, I mean, I'm not sure exactly how this works, but there's some critiques here that might make sense. And then poof, you didn't do it. It's like a boat going by and a battleship shell lands right in the middle of it and it explodes. Just saying.
So pour out an art bag about more love Freud. Spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the team post on Twitter as we hear Lost Blaming tonight. From the white shores of Nam to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the thought better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed